Hello and welcome to the Eyebrow Stream. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All of those fun things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting us a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Or if you're interested in joining any of our games, including this one, be sure to reach out and let me know. We do have open slots available. So, yeah, I think that's going to be everything for me. Let's get into the action. All right, Corvus, it's been a week. Tell us what happened.
So we started off going over what Hedge had gone through with while the rest of us were actually with Hedge. So he had gone through a bit of Hedge's stuff, found basically a business card from a noble family that, while Corvus couldn't recognize it, Argon could, as House Visar. So I think we were going to decide to keep that because it might be useful at some point. Other than that, they found a key with a shape of a woman, and Fordrum identified that as a tuning fork for planar travel, kind of like we found with Wildemount, which was a whole fun thing. After all of that, we chased the necromancer and proceeded to pounce and then stomp her ass. That's about the rest of it.
All right. So, everybody, after you engaged with the necromancer, slaying her quickly, Hedge appeared while Onel appeared as well to him and gave you all the orders to escort the villagers back to Whitestone where they will be safe. So, you all take off away from this area, finding a secluded portion of the open tundra that you all camp in and tend to the villagers. That evening, did you all have anything you wish to do? Wish to discuss? Onel, you heard whispers that nobody else heard.
Yeah, so he said that we already took it. There are two things that can refer to, one being the book, and one being the key. We established,
Being that he hasn't been back to Whitestone yet, I'm not sure he has opportunity to know about the key.
I don't honestly know if he has an issue traveling, because he seems to pop up.
True.
Yeah, but we're days out from Whitestone.
Mm-hmm.
And to that extent, if you're worried about that he knows about something we took from there, the business card could have been it too.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the book. I think anything else is just
Entirely
giving him too
speculation
much
at that
credit
point.
of being omnipotent.
That, or if you crypt anything.
Yeah.
There's magics that can let him know that something's been taken.
You know,
Or
the
filter through.
logic though of it being the book, if we believe that he's dealing with whom we think he's dealing with, then necromancy might help her with the thing that she's trying to hopefully accomplish.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I think if this key belonged to him, my assumption would be that this would be linked to whatever plane that thing is, which means that the key would be pretty important. And he's no fool. I think he's somewhat on to me, and if he discovers anything's missing and I magically appeared, it's a pretty quick story.
Yep.
True.
So I think on our travels there, we should reach out to either the lady or the short one and see if they have any information on this key and whether or not we need to get it back ahead of time.
Fair.
Does anybody have a way of contacting them?
Yes. I can use sending.
Okay.
But to what end? Like, what do we want from them? Protection?
Do you think she might know about that family? Because I don't remember if we know much about that family other than who they are.
What family? Oh,
The one the
the
card's
noble
about.
family.
Yeah.
A good place to start.
And how do we know? Like, this is a tuning fork for planar travel, but what plane is it attuned to?
Well, I'm more curious just to see if it's anything else. And Scanlan looked somewhat
I feel
knowledgeable.
like any questioning about that would be better done in person.
Yeah. I did leave them a sketch of the key.
Where?
I handed it to the captain of the guard and told him to take it directly to the lady.
Good.
Of course.
Well,
Was oddly prescient for someone in this group.
That's why I'm here, apparently.
Yeah.
we
Oh,
won't hold it against you this time. All right. So in the concept that I reach out, I would like to tell them we have a key that is a tuning fork to a plane. We don't know if Hedge knows that we have it.
I think we should ask the question directly. We know the key that we left a sketch for is a tuning fork. Do you know anything else about it?
Yeah. We don't get a lot of words.
So
That's the
Draw-
sketch. Do you know this key?
yeah, drawing left was a planar fork.
Well,
That's 5.
How
Yeah.
many words do we get in total?
25.
If the
We
last
could
two
go
words-
simple. Key is tuning fork or planar fork.
yep.
Do we know anything else?
And then if the last two words could be refugees in tow.
That's
They don't
3.
care about that.
They might care about that. She does run the city, after all.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Might
That's
help
3
with
words taken up
offloading
for
the
sure.
villagers into some better care.
So I would instead say returning with refugees rather than refugees in tow, because that doesn't actually tell them that where we're going.
There's negative connotations with refugees. Just-
So
Key is tuning fork.
do we want to ask about that family or not? I don't care.
I think it's more concern with the family. I think that's something we can deal with when we get back. He left it in his tux, which means it's most likely something not important to him.
Which is possible. I mean, he runs a mercenary group. He could certainly be owed a favor just because of that. It may not necessarily be tied to anything.
Right. But the key was hidden, specifically hidden.
Yeah.
So my main concern is, do we need to get it back before we really blow our cover?
Yeah.
I would 1, 2, 3.
And we are having this conversation in the dome, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I will. Well, yeah, I'll ritually cast Rary's telepathic bond, so we can just do it mentally.
Okay. Because I thought you guys were going to allow some of the villagers inside
Yes.
of your dome and Hedge's rope dome
Right.
in order to.
I did want to ask
Help.
the villagers about their faiths. I'm always
Their faith?
yeah, because they worship the moon god.
No, it's not. These are not those people.
No.
These are not.
No,
No.
not
Yeah.
anywhere near
No,
related.
they're just people that live out in the tundra.
Because we found the.
That this is not them.
Oh, I thought it was part of the same group of folks.
No.
The ones that were eaten by the direwolves.
That one individual had a holy symbol on it.
Yeah. I didn't know if it was like their group's faith or not.
A lot of them pray to the ice god. A lot of them pray to the.
The Moon Weaver.
That's my suggestion. That puts you up to 21.
True.
If you replace refugees in tow with hunted,
Yep.
escaped necromancer returning with survivors.
Yep.
We still have 4 left. If anybody has anything else they want to add,
I'm gonna put killed, escaped,
that's fine.
answer.
I'm assuming since they escaped from a major custody that she's at least heard about it. So I don't think we need any more than killed is fine rather than hunted. I have a feeling she'll know. Jesus. That is not a question you asked the Lady Vexalia.
That's
You poop.
Scanlon, maybe.
Her son, maybe.
No. Scanlon would be
I'm-
the only
I'm
one. I
afraid
think
he
who'd
might
get away with
answer.
that.
Sketch left. Did you know this key?
Do
Unidentified
you?
tuning.
That did. Do you know?
Do you know this key? Unidentified tuning fork. Hedge had it. Seems sketchy. Refugees in tow. That's
No, no,
18.
no. Refugees until we're not using. It seems
Killed,
sketchy.
escaped necromancer.
So it's 15.
Killed, escaped, necromancer, returning with survivors.
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to type it all out in one?
You won't.
Okay.
No, we just can't count it as
Yeah.
just reading through what you all posted. Confused me.
Sorry,
And then you pooping.
we're not using you. We could order someone sending it. He would never, in his wildest imagination, ask that question.
Neither would Corvus, to be honest. That was me.
Wildwood.
I'm so glad that when we were sent there, they said only let Corvus speak. He's the one who's asking if she's pooping.
To be fair, as a player, I'm a chaos gremlin.
Nobles always inquiring about one's bowel movements.
It's only
How
polite.
regulated are you?
Have you had enough fiber today?
Anyways,
I've had plenty of fire today. Is that not the? Oh,
It's this Corey.
Vexalia will respond to you. No, I don't recognize it. We'll prepare for the refugees. Anything else I need to be aware of?
crap.
We have not talked to her since we did that last
Yeah.
legend lore.
Correct.
25 words.
But that's a lot to put into 25 words.
Yeah. I feel like we'll either woefully oversimplify things or leave too many questions unanswered.
You got another sending in your
Yep.
boardroom?
She's helping.
I'm writing it.
Oh no, you left. Now you're back.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Yeah.
Damn it. What is the woman's name who the
Delilah?
Delilah.
Thank you.
But he's not. He's working for that blonde woman, but we don't know who she is.
I know things. Don't worry. How do we spell Delilah? Just per
Delilah.
Hey there.
Delilih. Got it.
LAH.
Yeah. I said it wrong, but I spelled it right.
I had a bowling team once, my Delilah,
Nice.
because I'm a big Tom Jones fan.
Fuck. Bowling team.
I used to bowl in 3 leagues a week.
That is about the only thing you could do out in that state.
Yeah.
So just correct me before I do this. I can cast, if I've got like 3 spells, 3 third level spells for the day, I could cast sending 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have 3 spells, but I can do it twice.
Yeah.
Alright.
And you can always use a higher level spell slot to cast it as well. It doesn't give you anything else, but you can do it.
So I cut out right after she said she didn't know it.
She asked if there's anything else.
Oh. Okay.
She's going to be preparing for the refugees. I don't know if you want to give her any of that information that I posted for Drew.
I'm on it. Okay. That's what he says.
Hedge talks to someone, and we suspect it's the entity who is helping Delilah, and the fork might attach to her. She want access to hell.
Pretend
Once.
that's once. Nah.
Yeah.
Fordham doesn't know his tense.
She want access to hell.
Oh, that's bad.
It sounds so bad when you put it that way.
Yeah.
You can also change entity to or she.
It's
And
too late. He
yeah.
sent it.
I'm not going to change it because we don't know what that thing is. I
Yeah.
think it's an entity.
it's a blonde woman.
And her
But that
hair
doesn't
color.
necessarily mean it's really a blonde woman.
Yeah.
It could be a dragon for all we know.
Could be.
I have not seen a blonde dragon.
Give it time.
They can shape change.
I believe they are.
They're
I-
nothing if not creative.
I, for example, make a damn fine mountain goat.
Metallic dragon, maybe?
Platinum.
Yeah.
obviously.
Platinum blonde.
Old dragon could have gold hair.
Well, are we arresting him upon arrival to our city? Or do you still need more proof of any of his dealings?
So I repeat that and I go, fucking sounds good
Fairness,
to me.
He might not know the full extent of what he's getting in.
We don't have any grounds. He's done nothing wrong.
Technically, everything we have is circumstantial unless we can identify what this tuning fork goes to.
Well, even
that's
then,
not-
it's not illegal to own a tuning fork connected to another plane.
Argan, roll me a history
Uh-oh.
check. You're the only person who can answer that.
To the plane of hell? It might be.
Did my dice get turned
That
off?
might be an exception
Oh.
if there isn't any other law.
Having a planar key to a different world, it is illegal in Tal'Dorei.
No,
Oh.
actually, Odell, it is illegal.
Well, I don't want to carry it.
Because of situations of a previous entity who came here thanks to the help of individuals with a planar key to a different world. And then wreak havoc over everything. Vecna.
Yes, Vecna.
So now, those things are illegal.
Huh.
It's only a rule that really wizards know about because they can technically create them.
I stand corrected.
So he might not even know he's breaking the law there. Possibly.
He's a little wily for that.
Yeah,
He
I
wouldn't
have a
do-
feeling
Granted,
he'd
but we
know.
can't exactly say for certain. So from a
might-
legal standpoint, we can't quite hold that to him.
Well, ignorance of the law is not.
I'm not saying
Forgiveness
I'm
under
not
the
saying
law.
he gets away scot-free from it,
Yeah,
but motive does change a matter.
I agree completely that there's a chance that he is not a bad person. That he doesn't know exactly who he's involved in. That he doesn't have bad intentions. I mean, it's not like Delilah hasn't duped people in the past to doing stuff for her. You know, like us.
Okay, so here's a question again. Pardon my ignorance, but oh, there.
Sorry, that was me.
Bang. You say ignorance? No, I thought maybe it'd chime again.
Need a gong.
Exactly. I get,
Ignorance gone.
as a forge cleric, I get a couple of free spells that don't count against my daily. Can I use those to cast sending or no? Those are
You can have those spells prepared that don't count against your prepared spells daily. They don't give you free
right
spells
on. Okay, that's what I wanted. Never mind. Then I can't answer
until tomorrow.
until I sleep. So Corvus, I can't answer. Can we write it? Can we write on one of those pieces of paper? Hello?
Corvus. He's typing.
Oh.
He said sure.
Perfect. How many words can we fit on a piece of paper?
25 words per
That's
side.
it? Oh, per side. So we get 50.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So what do we want to do?
I don't know, but I write really small.
I have excellent penmanship, I'm sure.
Me?
calligrapher.
I don't think I have calligraphy. I thought about it, but I don't think I got one.
I have everything else.
So what do we want to do? I mean, we need to confront him, I think. The question is, do we do it as us or do we bring her in? Or
Well-
are we not ready to confront him yet?
I don't think we're ready to confront him. That's part A. Part B, our hope is we're just trying to we're just trying to get the paperwork for the Dust family. So really, if she takes him into custody, we get that paperwork, we return it, we're done. He could be found innocent or guilty, and neither matters.
Right.
So if we focus on the task at hand, task is over. We don't have a job, but we've accomplished what we're setting out to do. And we've probably made another enemy. I was hoping in my heart of hearts that we would somehow cure him of this connection ailment and he would be resolved and absolved of his guilt. But
Well, and that may still be possible.
I know,
He's never shown anything but good side publicly.
I know. And while I have no idea about that god that he follows, the Keeper of Secrets doesn't really sound like an evil thing, I guess.
Didn't
Depends on the
Corvus?
secret.
Didn't Corvus run into him once, or at least the library? Isn't that where Corvus is?
I'm going to say yes because I know, but I don't know that.
I'm gonna say, isn't that where Corvus's pigeon of
Yes.
took
There's a
him?
crow. There's part of a
Whatever.
murder.
Crow, pigeon, they're all the same thing. Flying rats.
Crows are so much better than. Okay, all right.
They don't taste as good, but whatever.
Crow was a phenomenal movie.
True, unless you were in it and died from it, but whatever.
I mean, that's just that entire family, though. But anyways,
So if we don't confront him, what do we do next?
So how do we confront him? Do we confront him with the idea that I had before, where we put him in a bubble so he's disconnected from his taint?
Well, we have what, a few days to get back to town. They can make preparations for a holding cell. Maybe they can magically imbue it so that
Well, but
when
we
they
can
arrest him-
magically imbue it. Fortrum has the magic circle spell.
So I guess what I'm trying to decide and to figure out is what's safer. If we confront him, that could go sideways, upside down, and backwards real quick.
I think safer is obvious. Safer is to let her arrest him because she has an entire nation behind her to do it. That's the safer route. That's not necessarily the route that leads to the best chance of us completing our mission, which is getting the paperwork.
Yeah,
What if he has the paperwork stashed somewhere?
he does. I think it's on him.
We think, but we don't know. If he's got it stashed somewhere else.
It's
But-
but it is the. Yeah.
it falls in the same situation we had back in Uthadern. Just because we know it's in his possession somewhere, we don't necessarily know where or if it's magically hidden.
Well, I do
And
know that he has a special pocket built into his coats that it hides or makes it easier to carry larger items like a book.
I fear if we have him arrested, we'll never see it again. To Sinclair's point, it reminds me very much of the situation with O'Nell's old boss.
Yep.
That if you screw him that publicly, he's just going to deny knowledge of it and you're never going to get it.
What if you dispel magic on something like that? Does it spit everything out?
Do I know the answer to that?
if you can target it and you can beat the
DC of the spell that created
God,
it?
then yes, but you need to be aware of where it is.
Right.
That's you can't omnipotently go dispel your hidey hole.
Right. I'd have to
There's
like
a way
know
you
that
need
the
to-
he's got.
Ornell would show you another code that he had.
Argan was speaking.
You'd
Argan?
have to know the exact pocket that it was, and I'd have to target the actual pocket, and then hope I'm powerful enough to kill it.
Yeah, I saw him put the book away several times. I could tell you where it is.
Assuming that it's an extra dimensional space, so there's a chance. Yes. To answer your
I
question,
don't-
Fordrum.
I don't think it's extra dimensional because it had sides. It was just
Well-
it was just a large pocket that didn't show on the outside.
Technically, my magic that I have in my armor does something similar in that I can make it appear as if
Yeah.
bulges in my armor don't exist.
Yeah.
A bag of holding's extra dimensional, but it still looks like a bag. So a pocket could still be extra dimensional. And it'd still be a pocket.
Because for all we know, that pocket could be just a glamour effect that hides the bulge.
Right. Well, this could be a very similar glamour effect on the package or on his clothing, or it could be extra dimensional.
My suggestion is we confront him and we tell him about Delilah and what she's doing, and we see if that turns him as to what she's doing versus and who she's working with. Because I still think he doesn't know that he's working directly with people that are dealing for hell. I think his own backstory about his family's death at the hands of devils would keep him from doing that willingly. I mean, I could be reading him wrong for sure.
Well, we should probably get these people home safe first.
I know, but we've got
and then-
days to talk about this.
Yeah, maybe we just ask him if he's ever heard the name Delilah and monitor his response.
God, that opens a potential can of whoop ass.
Well, I
Let's-
think that's a confrontation at that point,
Let's
which I'm
do
fine
that-
with.
Let's do that at the with Vax and Scanlan.
Just see, I don't want to bring authorities into it if we don't have to.
No,
Yeah.
but we'll bring safety into us if that happens.
Well, you saw how quick the lady was to anger with anything dealing with that woman.
I just have a feeling that bringing them into it is going to force his reaction
Mhm.
and that we lose any chance of just
Yeah.
successfully negotiating for the return of it and proving that, he's not on the side he thinks he is. I think if you throw authority in his face, it's going to go the opposite direction.
Question is, do we do this in town or outside of town?
I don't think it matters. I don't think I get the impression that he's not going to be using hostages, if that's your concern.
Well, he certainly wasn't worried about taking on that giant by himself.
Yeah, but neither was I.
I'm not going to comment on that. But I think he is most likely extremely capable, and it would be dangerous to confront him one way or the other.
It would be dangerous to confront him while we still have possession of the necromancy book.
Mhm. But Fordrum, you seem to have created somewhat of a bond with him.
Yeah. I can definitely take up this conversation. I can come at it from a perspective of concern and care instead of confrontation. I mean, and that's how I would go about it, because that's where my personal belief is in this.
As far as the necromancy book goes, he's not getting that without killing me. So no one is, for that matter. It's going back to the Lyceum. So
Okay.
Belongs in a
I'm not
lyceum.
worried about him trying to take the book, other than that's going to start a confrontation. So
That makes one of us. I'm worried about him taking the book if he's controlled. I'm not worried about him taking the book.
My biggest thing is, if we're going to confront him in any form or fashion, having the book in, say, Scanlan's hands, just for temporary holding purposes, is better than him just beating us like dogs and taking it from our carcasses.
Agreed. So we don't do anything until we get back to town and can hand over the refugees and the book. And then Fordrum, you can talk to him and see what we can do. But he may not open up with all of us near, but we do need to be near enough to respond should an issue arise.
Let's do it tomorrow then, when at least we're healthy, and hopefully tonight, Argon, our watches should be not only us, but him.
who's him?
Hedge.
Oh, he's not with us.
No,
He stayed behind.
He's investigating the circle and
Right,
all of
I
that.
understand that. I'm just saying.
And we have a meetup with him once we're back in town anyway, because he's going to be bringing us the gem back.
Okay.
Right.
I was under the impression that we weren't going to see him again until we got back to town.
Me too. But put yourself in his shoes. O'Neill, you put yourself in his shoes. Would you travel with us, or would you pretend to be otherwise occupied and then sneak up?
Well, technically, in this instance, he's a double agent, so he needs to have a way to track us, as well as take care of the job he was hired for his investigations to keep up appearances. So, I would be.
Was he in charge? I thought the job was just kill that person.
Right.
Oh, the guild was assigned that, the Slayers Guild or whatever. His
Slayer's
yeah,
take.
the Slayer's take was commissioned by
So-
someone to
Right.
apprehend or deal with the necromancer who escaped.
Right. So
He's got to report that back, and
fine. So what does the investigation of the circle have to do with what we've accomplished?
I think that was more so for him to try to speak with whoever his supervision is more than anything.
Okay.
And then
Oh.
he'll be tracking us behind.
If he was raising a beholder, then she could very well be using a similar tactic to raise her husband.
Yeah, no, all of that logic is good, but I'm just saying that left alone, he's left to the potential of contact and manipulation.
Yeah. But we still need to get these people
Yep.
back.
Agreed.
Do you want me to try and shadow him again?
Mm,
Out here where there's no cover, there's no.
Well, we've been walking for a day. I imagine we're back in.
maybe, but
I would say no, because the last thing we want is for you to be out there, for him to notice, and for you to be alone with him.
He's already suspicious.
That's my point.
No reason to throw more kerosene on the fire.
Well, no, that's not my point. My point is, since he's already suspicious, which means he's going to be out to look for it, if he does figure out you're out there with him, you're alone and have no backup.
Yeah.
And and you'd already mentioned about the fact that he seemed overly confident that he'd take on that giant. So I don't think he'd have much concern taking on any one of us one-on-one. So we're best, if we're going to do anything, it's best to do it as a group. The time
Yeah.
of one-on-one scouting is over.
I don't know. I feel like I could deal with him one-on-one, not in a fight, but in a conversation for sure.
Conversation's different because it's not and automatically antagonistic.
Yep.
Following him is automatically antagonistic,
True.
especially
Right.
now that he's
Would-
on the lookout for it.
Well, he's supposed to meet us back in town once we deliver the refugees back to town.
So the question becomes simply, is it best to talk with him here or back in town?
I would say back in town.
For the safety of the refugees, I would say back in town.
I'm fine with back in town. I don't really have a preference one way or the other.
Yeah.
Well, that's the majority. I'll take that. Then we press on to town.
Alrighty. So, first, you all go to sleep.
Watches.
Yep. Always watches.
I'm putting up.
Who's first watch?
I'm second.
I can do third.
Who's
I'll
first
do
watch?
Oh, you already okay. I'm back, by the way.
Who is first
I'll do
watch?
first.
There we go. Jesus. Who's on first base? I'm catcher.
Yeah.
Like,
Did you get it, Fordham?
I did. Sorry.
nice.
Also, what did I miss?
So,
Okay.
nothing.
Cool.
They've conversed and they decided they don't want to confront Hedge out here. They want to do it when they're safe with numbers, with Vexali and Scanlan back in Whitestone.
Right.
Isn't she awaiting a response whether or not we need to arrest him?
You can't respond, so
Yeah, we can.
she'll have to just
Yeah,
wait.
piece of paper.
Oh, I thought you said you were out of
Orvis's
slots.
paper.
Oh, okay. There we
We
go.
got
Yeah,
50
what I
words
do
on
mean
How
to
many
look into
days are
getting
we
more
from
of that.
town?
You're like 5 days out of town. This is the first evening.
Okay.
You guys all ventured for like an hour and then set up shop because you're all fucking tired and all of the people are
Exhausted.
well drained.
Yeah. So we can just send her a message tomorrow and save the paper.
That's preferable.
That's fine.
You stingy sons of...
I'll take last watch. I'm putting up my hut and I'm putting up the alarm spell in a 20-foot cube around me. And I'm tucking the book inside my backpack.
Alrighty. So, first watch Corvus, second watch Sinclair, third watch Onel, fourth watch Arg,
And Fordrum.
and Fordrum. Perception checks for each of the watches in order. So second needs to be Sinclair. Third, Onel. Fourth, Argan Fordrum.
Oh.
Also, Tim, feel free to have.
Yeah,
this
I
in
am.
your-
I just pulled up his character sheet.
Otis is back.
Ugh. Otis, you're supposed to be good at this.
So, during the watches, nobody notices anything while keeping watch. Oh no, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Woo!
You're not an individual who usually experiences things while sleeping. You don't dream very often unless there's something altering your mind. Tonight, though, during the, well, excruciating silence of your own mind, you watch as a room appears around you. The room has 4 walls, all of which are barely wide enough to allow you to be standing inside of it. And there's a tiny slit in the one wall that opens up, and you see these bright brown eyes looking at you. They seem to be eyeing you up and down.
I will continue to stare at them. Do they react to any movement?
Are you moving?
Well, there's not much room in this small room, right?
It's like your shoulders are like crunched in on yourself.
Well, this is inconvenient. Who are you?
Nobody of concern to you. Well, shouldn't be anyways.
I find that hard to believe given the current circumstances.
You're going to have to listen to me very carefully, Scaly Boy. If you do not return what you have taken, I'll ensure that by the week's out, you die and are driven mad. This is your only warning. The slit opens, or closes, and then you feel a heat radiating into your body from these four walls, which begin glowing a bright red as it starts cooking you inside. And oh no, for the rest of the evening, you do not finish a long rest. Your dreams are too disturbing and too painful for you to gain the benefits of a long rest.
Okay.
In the morning, everybody wakes up, and Fordrum, as well as Argon, who were on fourth watch, notice that Onell's been sweating all night. And everybody's awake. Onell, you suffer a level of exhaustion.
Okie dokie.
Are you okay, Onell? It's awfully cold to be sweating.
No, I do not believe that I am. Someone is very interested in that key.
In what way?
Well, in the way that if I do not return it, they have threatened to drive me insane.
Well, that's certainly not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does put a damper on the evening. I have been cooking for hours and yet to taste myself. It is most disappointing.
What?
Huh?
But lizard tail is so delicious.
Nope, I'm not touching it. Someone else can have that one.
Argon is so confused.
Have any of you talked with a woman with large brown eyes in your head?
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that hasn't had someone in their head. So I'm
No,
out.
I also have not. Aside from you, I guess.
I guess that's true. Fordrum's wasn't a woman.
What color eyes is Delilah's?
You roll me a history check.
I've physically seen her. History. 7.
You can't recall.
Because I've never directly had Delilah. Fordrum's the one who has old what's-his-face we always forget about.
Old what's his face?
The true king.
Old what's-his-face.
I like old what's his face better. It lowers his power level.
Who's that knowing guy?
What knowing guy?
The one that's over time.
He's not a knowing guy. He's the god of time. He's in no way related to knowledge. But you're talking about I can't remember his name.
Janus.
Jonas, yes.
Ioun is the goddess of knowledge. Well, I think it's a goddess. Is Ioun a goddess? Do I know that?
The knowing
Yeah.
mistress. Yes.
People do make some interesting friends, don't you?
And then there's nobody. But we don't talk about nobody.
That statement doesn't make any sense.
That's the point.
Ah,
So they were cooking you alive in your sleep?
Not even rotisserie, just in a box. It's more of a smoking, really.
I don't know of a way to block that. If anybody's going to be able to do it, it would be Fordrum.
I mean, magic circle. That's all I can think of, and I don't know that it would work.
Depends upon if you can guess as to what type of entity she is,
Right.
or it is, since we don't really.
Well, I'm guessing fiend, but that's just how I.
That would be my first guess too.
No. Is
But
it?
other than that, I don't know that you have any other choice at this point, Onell, unless we want to send the survivors on their own and then go back and try and find Hedge.
Well,
Other than, I guess, just to, well, yeah, because she said return it, which means dropping it in the snow is not going to break you of it either.
no.
Yeah, the best I can offer to help is offer you some drugs and hope those hallucinations overshadow the other hallucinations.
There's nothing like drugs to solve your drug problem. Got a cocaine addiction? Try heroin.
Addicted to heroin? Try meth.
No, you never mix uppers and downers. That's just not a good. Then you just start spinning.
Well, I'm going to prepare food for people. So I'll create food and then get everybody ready. Let's just keep moving. I can send another message to the Lady Vexalia if we need.
I think the decision to her last question is not yet.
Yeah.
Like that's
But
about
you
the only
might-
thing we did decide.
And I
You
am
might
sending
wanna
my
let her
shield
know
to
that-
undead,
You're setting your shield to undead.
just in
Corvus?
case there's any more of the necromancer's little beasties running around.
Okay.
What were you saying, Sinclair?
Might also want to let her know about Onell's conundrum.
Yep.
Nah, it's up to you.
I planned on it.
I'm putting alarm on the flap of my backpack.
Alarm cannot be mobile. You place it in a location, not on objects.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
Yes. What you were thinking of is arcane.
Yeah, and I know I don't have that one. Oh, wait a minute. What do
It's only a second level spell.
I know, but I don't have it.
It might be in that necromancy book.
Oh.
I don't.
Does anybody have anything to help? I am somewhat exhausted.
You can take my spot on the sled.
Maybe.
You just have to hold on to the back of Argan's chair. Keep your tail up so you don't get frostbite.
I am not a taxi, people. This is my float chair. All right, so instead, Joey, I will prepare Glyph of Warding instead, because that could be on an item.
Read the spell a little bit further.
The glyph could cover an if the surface or object is. Oh, it's more. Never mind. If it's moved. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I guess. I
Hey,
won't
guess what
prepare
spell I
either of
know?
those.
You take 5 steps and what spell do you know, Corvus?
Arcane Lock.
Do you really? All right.
It's one
Arcane
of like
Lock.
5 spells I can learn at second level.
All right, well, then I guess I'm gonna have Corvus Arcane Lock my backpack, since evidently he's a better wizard than I am.
Maybe he can teach you it one day.
All right, you two have to role play this out. I'm sorry. You have to. This is Corvus's only moment to shine as a spellcaster.
I wish I knew
Oh, I
Arcane
need
Lock. I need to be able to put a lock on my backpack, but I don't know how to cast that spell.
I do. Do you have gold dust?
I can
No.
make gold dust.
Then let's do that. Then I can do it.
Would you carry
Take
a
a gold-
focus?
I send this.
We're not ready to have him arrested yet. One of us was contacted by the lady on the key and didn't sleep. Look out for Hedge. Okay. She will respond. Hedge contacted me last night. Said you all did a wonderful job saving people as quickly and efficiently as possible. We'll await your decision.
I'm gonna say thank you without saying thank you, because I don't want to use another spell for it. Just 2 words.
And at this point, Fordrum, you will receive a sending in your head. Hey, sorry I was a little brash with you all last night. I hate wasting time when people are in danger. Hope you all doing safe. All of the people are fine. You can reply.
Yes, we're doing well. Tired, but well.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm the best liar in the group.
Sure are. We're tired but doing
Because he
well.
doesn't lie.
Makes it easy.
Wow.
He just chooses his words properly.
So yes, you need 25 GP worth of gold dust. I wonder who could make that for you all.
Just take 25 gold out of the party loot and just start shaving
Speaking
it.
of skills that haven't been discussed before,
Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
let's- Sinclair, this is your bit.
that's it. So Sinclair, you have a way to destroy gold and turn it into dust?
I was just gonna file it down since I have files and things like that for matchmaking.
You would need jewelers to have that, and that would take hours.
I'm guessing this is more of a
Forgery.
Fordrum thing.
Yeah.
Yo, God of the Forge
No,
and
to the
all.
one whose skills we definitely know.
The walking utility knife.
I am
yes.
definitely the walking utility knife.
Well, hey, I'm like
All right.
a small Swiss Army something.
So Fordrum, how do you turn the gold into dust?
Well, does it have to be heated to turn to dust? Probably. Melt it, cool it, put it in a mortar and pestle, grind.
By the time breakfast is fed to everybody, you have 25 gold that was just grinded into dust. Remove that from the party loot, please.
I got it.
Okay.
I can't wait till we get to a forge again.
Yeah, we
What-
need to make something for Ornell to put this augment in.
Corvus,
Yeah.
how do you cast spells? I really want to know.
I touch it with my sword.
So, Argan's bag is knighted by Corvus. And an arcane lock right over the clasp. All right.
How long does that last?
Until dispelled.
Oh, okay.
What is the password?
Pimento loaf.
Type that out, please.
Should have gone with something easier to spell.
It's not that hard. To
Pimento loaf.
I'm just
You're gonna be the only motherfucker who can open this bag.
actually, it's weird enough that I'll probably remember it too.
pimento cheese.
Alrighty. So,
It wiggles for
You
you,
all
but it
gather?
doesn't open.
you all gather yourselves back up
Feed the.
and continue to Whitestone.
Yep.
Oh, now you get to rest on the sled, if you wish.
Partially.
And as nice as not trekking through this God's forsaken, cold fucking place still doesn't really help you to catch up on your sleep. Now, O'Nell, on the second night, I need you to give me the same wisdom save.
Aha!
This time, your night continues still. No dream at all, just the way you like. In the morning, you wake up. Oh, you feel so much better. You know, that sled ride is really what you needed.
If I saw
mean,
him
sure.
sweating, I was about to put snow on his forehead, so he's lucky.
He's probably not
be
the
in
one that was
hibernation.
sweating. It was me, probably, because I don't have strength to be marching in the snow.
You guys having problems with the snow?
No.
Oh God, yes.
No.
This party is so fucking polar opposite.
Between the few of us, I mean, if you're really having
it,
problems,
polar.
I'll just water walk you for a while.
Do you get it? Polar.
Mm.
Thank you. You're allowed to boo me. It's fine. But anyways, O'Nell, the third night, another wisdom save.
Did I, with that rest, was the other exhaustion removed from getting a good night's rest?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Nope, not 2, 0.
18 is just barely a success. Yeah, I'm lucky on these. You feel the nature of an intrusive individual into your dreamscape, but nope, this is nice. Nothing is good. Nothing is perfect. And nothing yet again. Yes. Forgem, it looks like you want to say something.
No, because
Okay.
I was ready to ask a question but we'll see.
Okay. The fourth night. Yet again, O'Nell.
Hey, there it is.
I'll take my calls.
This time, there is no visitor in your dream. You're just in that box baking yet again. One level of exhaustion. Fifth night.
Wait.
This is your final night
So
of
wait,
journey.
do,
Yeah?
O'Nell, do you tell anybody about this?
I would tell that there was no visitor.
You wouldn't tell the night there was no visitor.
I would say that there was no visitor if somebody asked.
Yeah, well, every morning, Forgem says, "How'd everybody sleep?"
This last one was a bit warm.
Hmm. Do you remember what time it happened? Like, has it happened before? Like that? Was it like that first time?
I have practiced keeping time in my sleep, but I have yet to master it.
Right. Never mind. Got it. Do you know who might have been on watch during it coming on?
No.
Oh, now, you are third watch, which means it starts on fourth watch.
So it would be Fordrum.
Yeah. So
Would
then
be you.
Yep. So then, all right. Tonight we're gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna cast a spell on you. I'm gonna put you in a magic circle. See if we can hold this thing out.
Okay.
See what happens.
Question. Do you think the entity is tied to you because you're holding on to the key?
That's possible.
Do you think maybe handing the key to the next person on watch would keep you from being contacted?
Oh.
That's also possible.
It's something we could try.
Mm-hmm. I am the one that stole it too, though, so the act could be the connection. But
How about
Yes.
tonight when you get done with your watch, hand Ford from the key when you wake him up? He
Okay.
cast his protections on you, and we'll see if Fordrum gets a message during his watch.
Now, Joey, the magic circle is big. Can more than one person fit in it? It seems like.
It's a 10-foot radius.
Is that it?
Magic, the hut. You talking about my hut?
No.
No, his magic
the
circle.
magic circle.
Because your hut is 10-foot radius that can comfortably fit 10
Right.
people. Magic circle is a 10-foot radius, 20-foot tall cylinder.
Right.
So that's
So yeah, it could fit the entire
the
dome.
same size as the hut,
So,
only taller.
potentially, we trade hands. I mean, it could help resist anything for at least
I think it's
for an hour.
I think it's worth a shot trying it. I think it's a good idea.
Yep.
I think at the least we can tell whether or not they're actively watching.
Yep.
And if they do come to you while you sleep, just tell them, hey, I'm almost back to town. Stop nagging me to death.
Maybe that's
True.
our best.
she did. If Fordrum's food hadn't been so good, I may not have made it. I do sleep better on a full stomach.
That's a first, but all right. Thank you.
So
It
anyway,
was provided by the Allhammer.
the fifth night. Are you doing magic circle and the key trade off, or just one
Both.
or the other?
Yeah.
Both? Okay. And you are setting this magic circle to deny access from
Fiend, wasn't it?
fiends. Okay. I just want your confirmation.
yeah.
I don't want to assume anything. So fiends. Magic circle set to theme. Fiends. And whoever's awake on watch is going to be holding the key.
That's Fordrum.
Oh no. During your sleep, nothing happens. You sleep through the night. You all wake up on the 5th day of travel, stretching and feeling all right. Oh no, you remove your level of exhaustion.
Well, that seemed to work.
Good. Here, take this damn thing back.
You might not be wrong. It might be from the dam.
We did do two solutions though, and correct me if I'm wrong, that magic circle is not low in resource cost, correct?
Yeah. Money spent for safety is worth it. I don't place a lot of value in money though, so.
The one concern that I have is that if this entity is what is working with Hedge and
Yep.
communicating with Hedge, Hedge knows.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that for sure.
So,
If we need to, when we get back to town, we can buy a lead line box. I remember the lead
You
line
can
box
commission
that
one.
we encountered before concealed magic items and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It should also apply a level of protection for you. Oh no.
That could work.
And that would be a cheaper form of security and safety for you.
You know, maybe also changing the owner of the key isn't a bad idea, because it allows you to deniability.
I'll hold it if you want. I'm pretty sure you can all pretty much take me in a fight.
But that's not really the.
It's not really the concern. She
If
has
if that's a concern, then no, you can't hold it. But
Because you can travel the furthest, fastest.
I think, and this might be a bit of a. I might be off on this, but I think we should put it with Argon inside of the book he's carrying to bring back to.
oof.
I don't know if having
know-
two objects that they want on one person is a good idea.
That's a bit of too many eggs in one basket. If it was me coming after it, I would definitely rather that Argon had everything. Especially in his backpack, because I could simply steal his backpack. Like this, and I have your backpack. No.
Yeah, but you can't open it.
That's okay. I can figure that out later.
I'm probably the one more used to torture.
Oh, again, that's another check in the no box, in my opinion. We're gonna try and do this with nobody getting tortured.
Well, I'm just
Well-
saying, I'd have the most fortitude when it comes to that.
I think the lead line, I think we don't want to try too many solutions at one time, or we don't know what exactly is going to work. The lead line box effectively replicates one of us not holding it, or one of us holding it while the others are asleep, to prevent this issue. So if we try that first, we should have a proper understanding.
And
Of how?
We can also get another one for Argon for the book.
Correct.
don't need
So
one.
that
for
we're
the
not
book.
an Uthadern, we could just melt some plates into a box and it'd be simple.
Yeah. Now, is your backpack just a regular backpack, or
No.
is it?
It's
Okay.
pretty.
It is not.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Argon,
Yeah.
have you been reading that necromantic tome? Reading that necromantic tome? Holy
Reading?
Been redditing it.
I've been redditing it. I've been looking through
Wow.
it at least during my
Traveling.
my watch.
That explains it.
Yeah. Argon, roll me a Arcana check. Let's see what you can understand from this.
I'm going to use my advantage
Okay.
because I know how bad I roll Arcana.
And 23. Okay, not bad. Not bad. This tome has, without exaggeration, every necromancy spell ever made.
Good lord.
Every single
That's
one.
a lot of necromancy.
That's a lot of it.
That's more than I know.
There is also a few other reasons this book would not be allowed in public hands. One, the instance of revitalization. Finding a corpse, instilling it with a form of sentience that you choose, and it becoming as powerful as that individual was in life. That's apparently what she was working on with the Beholder. A Beholder she could control
Oof.
and manipulate. Yes. There's also a spell in here, a ritual that can be conducted that would take the body of an individual referred to as fate touched and rewrite them to have the consciousness and capabilities of somebody who has passed. So literally sacrifice one person, reincarnate another inside of this book.
Oh, that's
Wow.
a bad one.
Yeah. That's everything you get within the 5 days of travel, Argan.
That last one was bad.
I can see why someone like Delilah might want to get their mitts on this.
Does anybody else remember where we ran into the word fate touched before? 'Cause I do.
I know we did.
Argan, you
I
remember
do.
where?
Wasn't
It
it,
was
at the
in,
Dust family?
No,
No.
it was in Zorro's diary.
Uh-huh.
It was his child. Was a fate
Oh,
touched.
yeah. The one from the cave.
Yes, the guy from another world who was, which was ruled by an outside council.
Good Lord.
You said this key has to come from another plane, right? To come into creation?
Wait, say that again.
No. The keys can be gifted or created with attunement to the plane that they are attached to the location, because the other tuning forks that we've come across were tuned to reach a specific spot. But we don't know that they were created. We think that they can be created, but we also think that they can be gifted per se.
Hmm.
So, Argan, on the 5th day of travel, the last day, this evening, you all will arrive back in Whitestone. You made good timing. Everything stayed clear of you all. You traveled with all of these people very easily. You receive a sending. So, I just finished up everything. Gonna be joining you all back in Whitestone as quickly as I can. If you haven't yet, don't read the book. Wee bit dangerous magic. That's it.
Okay. We await your return. I will take your warning in under all consideration.
Alrighty.
So I'll tell the group that he contacted me. Told me not to read the book. Too late for that.
Well, at least
Might have
we
been
have a-
helpful if he said something on the first day. Yeah.
I wouldn't have listened to him anyways.
No, but
Um,
At least we have a 5-day head start.
well, maybe. When we get back to town, though, this is something that needs to be translated via bear to Lady Vexalia.
well, you know the means to get back to the Institute, right? Do you
To
think
the
Lady
Lyceum?
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think Lady Vexalia would allow you access to her circle network
Maybe.
and allow you come back?
Maybe.
It's worth an ask, at least. It gets one dangerous thing away from his group.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly worth the question.
Maybe your Lyceum might know more about this key too.
Oh, there's a pretty good chance somebody there will know something.
It's worth the ask.
I don't disagree. Because this book is certainly what Delilah is looking for next.
We're still a couple hours out from town. You want to send a sending to her?
No, let's wait until we get to town at this point.
Well, I meant to get like the boxes in order.
I think we'll probably have to commission someone to build the boxes when we get there. I doubt she's just going to have those laying around. She's not that type of a caster that would just have lead light boxes laying around, I don't think.
I don't know. The short one looked kind of shifty. So maybe.
Well, they're also what, former adventures, you said?
Yes. And how many lead line boxes do you carry around?
I know
Several
of,
in my home.
I know of one.
These are questions that we're not going to have answers for.
I just couldn't carry that one. I don't have a bag big enough for it.
We'll send a note through the communication channels of the bear when we get there. Unless Forger wants to burn the spell. It's up to him. It's his spell slot.
I will, of course, spend it.
All right. Remove the spell slot from your character sheet. And what do you tell her?
So, what do we want to tell her?
Could we have permission to use the magic circle to go to the Lyceum and back?
And
Also,
that's so urgent. We need to say it before we're there in person tomorrow.
well, do we want to go tonight, possibly? That puts a lot more distance between us and Hedge.
I mean, Joey, did we reach town?
You're only a couple of hours out
Yeah,
now.
we're only a couple hours out. We could potentially ask her that in person. Mind you, Hedge might already be there.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking maybe ask her for the box and see if she would grant us access.
I feel like I would rather ask her if her or Scanlan would be willing to meet us ahead of entering town in secret so we could converse about how to deal with these items.
That seemed better.
Alrighty.
It would be difficult to meet in secret with this herd following us.
Well, I mean, the herd, once we're within the, cityscape.
We're escorting a group of survivors to Whitestone. There's no reason we wouldn't take them to the castle.
True, but
They're her subjects.
yep, nope, I get it, but we don't need to all necessarily do that trip. Like, I could
Well,
lead the rest of them to the castle. You four could
So-
meet.
I guess my point was since we're gonna be, it's easy. There's an excuse for us to go to the castle anyways. It would be very easy for them to meet with us in secret after we drop them off. Is my point, because we're already in their house. I don't think we need to go have a clandestine meeting somewhere else with a portion of us.
Where we could be caught unawares with not all of us in one place. Should something happen.
Yeah.
It's a good plan, but it's risky if two of us go to meet in a clandestine meeting and are ambushed by Hedge or some lackey of the
I say
Dreamwalker.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
No worries.
I
Carry
say
on.
we send a note telling her that we're going to bring the survivors to the castle and to ask for a private meeting when we get there with
Fair enough.
her and or Scalen. And we'll leave it up to her. They know how to sneak around the castle better than we do.
True.
So, you're sending her a letter?
No, sending.
Sending. Okay. Remove the spell slot and type out what you wish to say. Hmm. Hmm.
Do you guys think Scanlan? No.
What?
Nothing. Just spelling.
I think he answered his
Yeah.
own question. Oh. We're arriving in a few hours with survivors. We'd like a meeting with you or Scanlan in private. I will meet you in the woods as you are approaching. I have soldiers ready to receive the survivors. Look for the white feather.
I tell everybody that.
Okay. I will keep an
Odell,
eye
look
out
the
for a white feather.
I won't find it.
We're looking for a white feather in snow. Okay.
So, I would like a perception check from each of you.
Edge and perception.
19, 19, 18,
Oh,
11,
for the
and
for
16.
the first time ever, I've had Otis out for days because I need the extra eyes.
15. So, Sinclair, Corvus, and O'Neill. All three of you, as you're traveling, roughly about 30 minutes outside of Whitestone, you see up in one of the trees that there appears to be a white feather just sitting against one of the branches. And as you all look up at that, you see Vexalia steps out from behind the tree with an entourage of bears behind her.
I bow.
Subtle.
So, you all wish to have a meeting in private with me? She'll whistle out to the bears, and the bears start moving around all of the survivors. They'll escort them back safely.
Great. Lady, we've found a few things. One, we found a horrifying book of what did you call those necromancy spells?
Necromancy.
Yeah, mancy.
Oh.
And more probably disturbing is we found a thing that's a key that seems to be tied to whomever is controlling or working with this person who upset you. And we think that the two circumstances may be tied because there are things in that book that allow the restoration of dead people. And in our right and in our experience and what we had brought to you, we believe that that is the ultimate goal of that woman we had spoken about. So we think that the retrieval of the book might be just another attempt at her trying to revive her husband.
Well, if that is the case, then we need to ensure that book is safe, no matter where it goes.
Well, we were thinking of putting it in first a lead line box. And because Argon here is of the Lyceum, we were wondering if you would grant us access to your circle room and permission to come back once we have delivered it to the Lyceum.
I do not have means to teleport people around.
I
We have a static
I
circle.
can teleport
Yes?
if I have the
Or-
coordinates
oh.
to the Lyceum. I would just need the coordinates
Oh.
to come back here.
And you believe the Lyceum would be capable of housing this and keeping it safe? Did they not lose it the last time?
Well, you can say that about any time something's been taken. Many things have been removed from many secure places, but I can't imagine any place is going to be more secure than there. At least not for magical knowledge.
And the only legendary vaults I am aware of have also recently been tampered with, so...
Yeah.
So anywhere's a crapshoot at this point. Might as well go with the one with the best
Right.
odds.
There is always the option of burning it.
Something of that nature would not be so easily destroyed.
Yeah.
So
Find a
I
volcano.
admit that the Lyceum lost it once before, but I think I can impress upon my parents the current situation of active people looking for it to increase the security on the vault involving it. It's one thing to just guard against general knowledge. It's whole nother to guard when you know there's an active threat looking for something specific.
Plus, with
You can
it
more
being in a
focus your
box.
defenses.
What were you saying,
I said you
Argan?
can more focus your defenses when you know the target.
And you mentioned a lead line box. You have one of those.
We
No.
were wanting to get two, one for the book and one for the key, as the key seems to connect whoever's holding it when they sleep to an entity that's going to torment them.
Well, we don't really have lead here in Tal'Dorei. That's more of a Wildemount or other places type of dealing. Yes. Though that would be preferable.
There's also a chance that someone at the Lyceum will be able to A, discern the nature of this key, and B, might have a way to protect both of them from scrying.
Very good. So, you have two admittedly terrifyingly dangerous objects on your persons right now, and you wish to take them to one of the places that have some of the most dangerous items in this realm and hide them there for safekeeping. Doesn't sound like a bad idea to me.
No bet.
The key
know-
does act as proof, though.
Proof of what?
Hedge's involvement in a crime.
How?
It was in his possessions that the key was found, and the key is technically illegal to own and possess.
You found it on his person.
No.
In his possession.
room.
You mean in my room? In my estate?
Yep.
Yeah, that's circumstantial.
The Tal'Dorei Council would never act upon something like that. However,
What about? Sorry to interrupt you, lady. We know where there's another lead line box that I bet no one else knows about.
Oh, you mean Zoro's box?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a long trip.
Well,
He's a
yeah.
entity from another plane who spoke of fate touch individuals. And
Which-
supposedly this book remarks on how sacrificing those individuals could be used. Hence the reason we need to put this book in a vault so
Hey,
no one
Argan.
can get access to it.
Tell her what that means, because I don't really understand it.
I am aware of what.
Oh,
fate
you are?
touch
Okay. Sorry.
So the spell talk.
The individuals.
Go ahead. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The individuals who have had their strings of fate altered or affected by divinity.
The book mentions you can basically sacrifice a fate touched to resurrect someone previously died in that body. My guess is that Delilah wants the book for that express purpose. Whether she has a fate touched or not, I don't know. We previously ran into a journal from a planar traveler who died here a long time ago in a cave in Wildemount in a lead-lined box about a guy whose son was a fate touched and was on the run from a council and came here, and it was disjointed, covered in blood. It was hard to get much out of it, but it's the only other time we've heard mention of fate touched.
And we still have that journal.
Yes, I still
as
have
well.
the journal.
All of this knowledge seems like it needs to be in the hand of people who can, well, handle it better.
And we have no
And
disagreement there.
Do me a favor and never speak of that ritual from that book in open air around any company ever.
No,
again,
ma'am. That's why we had this conversation out here.
including with anybody from Vox Machina.
Done.
Too tempting.
Thank you. If I did not understand my brother's wishes, I don't think I would be stopping myself from taking it from you.
I understand.
Your brother?
Yes. Vaxildan. Twin brother.
I take it that he's passed.
He was taken from us, yes.
I'm sorry for your loss, lady. I'll include him in my prayers.
Appreciate it. Anyways, if you need access to my teleportation circle, you have access to it. Though, of course, you need to run it by one of my arcanists on site. You will be conducting your own magic and using your own expenditures in order to do it, of course.
Yes.
Now, as for Hedge, he's already back in Whitestone. He arrived but a few hours ago. Apparently, clerics have some means of recalling quickly to a place that they've been to that's a place of worship.
You know that spell, Fortune?
Which one?
Word of recall is 6 level.
No, don't know that one.
I didn't know that existed.
Oh, yeah. Clerics have 2 planar travel spells. That one and plane shift.
Oh,
Yup.
so nice.
So, he's already there. He has not been to his room yet, because Scanlan has been, well, escorting him around, making sure that he is a part of us receiving all of these survivors, since he has ample experience in bringing in survivors from tragic situations. I would encourage you all, if you are going to get into conflict with him, do it outside of Whitestone. He is powerful, enough so that I would not be capable of holding back in a fight against him. Just in case one does arrive. Can you all manage that?
Yeah, if we stay away from him.
Well, that is up to all of you. So, Is there anything else we need to discuss, or shall we separate ourselves and act like this conversation never happened?
Mm, I take it you'll let your Arcanist know that we have permission.
Yes, I will.
Very well.
We'll go talk to them once we decide where or when we're going to have discussions with Hedge outside of town.
You may want to catch up with the bears then. They move quite fast.
How far out does the bears look like they're at?
You no longer see them.
So more than 500
It's
feet.
nighttime
Okay.
and well, I mean, you're in a wooded area, bro. You don't like getting line of sight 500 feet is not going to
Okay.
happen. So she will take her leave, and as she walks away from the tree, you all see this large, gaudy longbow made out of green wood that's twisted and contorted with the most incredible vine-like looking craft. And the bow seems to be made out of this thin red fiber that almost looks like embers are coming off of it.
Whoa.
What'd you say?
It's a cool bow.
Thank you. It's one of my prized possessions. And she will slip away and move far quicker in these woods than anybody else.
Yeah.
Because she is, in fact, the ranger.
Yep.
So, everybody catch up with the bears.
Yup.
Do. Oh, she makes us open the lock.
I just want somebody to have to say pimento loaf in front of her.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, and I don't think I want to. But anyways, you catch up with the bears, no time flat. You catch up, and only about a mile or so longer, you make it to the first rounding of soldiers that you see. The soldiers have gathered together and are coming out with all manners of medical supplies and assisting aids in order to pick up all of these individuals and escort them in without the need for them to walk any further. There's a couple of medical physicians that come out here and start inquiring with all of you about the conditions that they've suffered through, the accommodations you've been making for them thus far, any sicknesses or anything else like that you might have observed along the way. Luckily, with a cleric in your party, they were tended to very well. I'm just assuming that if they needed help, you would have done
Yo,
so.
God, yeah.
And you
Fed,
definitely had
sheltered,
the spell
and-
slots for it.
Provided every comfort that we could provide.
Best of our ability.
Right. And
You'll
you're
go.
all thanked up and down by some of the military people and every single one of these survivors. Each one asks you individually your name in order to add that to their nightly prayers.
I take the opportunity to inform them on the wonders of the Allfather.
Oh yes, the Moonweaver is a phenomenal goddess that they love very much.
What? No, Moonweaver. No.
Yeah.
That's not what I said.
Your goddess. That's not...
Wrong
Yes.
shape ears and everything. Whatever.
Hey, they like the Moonweaver. bro.
You know what?
But anyways,
we have no beef.
while all of this is happening, you all do see Hedge intermingling with all of the survivors, the guards, and the medics, who looks over at all of you and just waves.
Hi.
Keeps tending to individuals and takes a personal interest in many of the people, like seeing blisters on their feet and trying to like put ointment on them and tending to them as much as possible. Definitely getting very hands-on with the entire experience. And after about a half hour of doing this or so, he walks over to your grouping.
We got him here safely.
That you did. Good job, lads. And he slaps you all on the back one at a time. You know, most jobs like this usually don't go that smoothly. Usually people are like, oh no, I'm tired. I need to rest.
Mm.
And when you do that, people die.
Yep. With the possibility that there were survivors still afoot, we thought it best to make haste.
Good.
I don't come from
That's one
kin that rests.
damn Skip, boy. Ah, love it. It's good though. Good first mission. But after tonight, I think I need to head back home and well, inaugurate all of you.
Vasselheim?
Hey. Gotta make you true slayers. Gotta go through initiation.
Fordrum just starts staring at Argon like, you gonna say it?
I would feel better if we returned the book first. Ooh.
We can meet you in Vasselheim.
Nonsense. I'll join you to return the book. Shouldn't be any inconvenience. Not to mention, I haven't been to the Lyceum in a very long time.
You and me both.
Yeah, I bet you probably miss it growing up among all those rows. Huh?
At times.
Do they still have the self-filling hot chocolate makers?
Yes.
Oh,
They have what
it's
now?
amazing. These tiny little cups that very little, like barely even a sip for us. Gestures at you, Fordrum. But every time you tilt it back and put it down, it fills back up with hot chocolate that's warm.
If I never mentioned those,
They also,
I haven't talked much about home, have I?
We need to get a
So
couple of
magical.
those.
I tried as well, and they said they can't leave campus. Right? They need to figure out how to do that. I'll pay top dollar for that stuff. Top
Were
dollar.
you able to infuse that stone for us?
Oh, yeah. And he takes out the stone and hands it over to
Well,
you.
thank you.
Sinclair, you're the one
Yep.
who gave him the stone, right?
It was one of my two that I
Okay.
had.
Right. And that was the minor tier.
The 600 gold
So,
one.
yeah, the minor tier. So, I went with a basic enchantment in there for you. Actually, no, which stone was it
Bloodstone.
again? The bloodstone, yes. So you got something out of that. That is not that bad. Got yourself a trailblazer.
Why do I have a feeling that this goes in boots again?
Certainly sounds that way.
We replace one boot enchantment for another.
Sorry. Did you guys want to roll instead? He did the casting, but you guys could roll instead.
We have
I
no
don't care.
boots
I'm
with
out of
friggin'
attunement
sockets.
slots, so it doesn't matter to me.
Right, but the rest of the party doesn't
Yeah.
have boots.
I have armor and a weapon that both need sockets. Or both need gems to go in their sockets.
I don't care if you want to
You wish
re-roll it.
to? That's your guys' call, not mine. If you guys want to do the rolling yourself, that's allowed.
Sure, I guess.
All right. Roll me a d20 then. $18. That nets you armor or shield gains missile attraction. You have resistance to ranged weapon damage. All ranged weapon attacks in your direction are aimed at you so long as you are within its range. So it can only go in armor or a shield.
And it grants
That.
Missile
missile
attraction.
You have
Yep.
resistance to what ranged attacks, and all ranged attacks in your direction are aimed at you.
So if somebody hits you with a firebolt, you take half damage. Someone hits you with an arrow, you take half damage. All ranged attacks.
That's not bad.
Resistant to them. No, but all ranged attacks are coming at you.
Which is bad.
I mean, unless you're Corvus,
True. But my
in
armor's
which case
full.
it's laughable.
And if it's fire-based magic, I get double resistance. So,
Oh no, you just gain resistance to it. It doesn't.
well, I
stack.
also have fire resist.
Doesn't say.
I just made my statement. So, all right. So, how we get into the Lyceum? Is there a secret door around here or something? Every time I go, it's always through them on.
No, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to put down a
gonna have to-
teleportation circle.
But we got to get some things together before we can do it.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna go back to tending to everybody. So just let me know when we're leaving. I'll be up.
Okay.
All right. Oh, by the way, never caught it. You didn't read through that book,
No.
did you? Roll me a deception check.
I never read it.
That's not who he's fucking asking.
Come on, baby. Here comes a 1.
All right, I'm gonna publicly roll his
Which is
insight.
gonna be higher than
Oh
that.
wait, no, he succeeds.
Yeah.
He succeeds. Yeah. You filthy liar.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta
Oh,
try things.
Hey, I understand, man. I understand. I just hope it wasn't too tempting.
Oh,
for you or
no,
anything
no.
like that. I know sometimes those books have some really to smart people and the like. You go, ooh, I want to do it. And, like to people like me, I go, ooh, that's real dangerous.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm with you. It's too dangerous to use.
Well, it would be nice to know
Alright, good.
new spells.
I don't need those kind of spells.
Right. Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt to be able to hurt someone once in a while. And he twirls his warhammer around.
Well, yeah, it's not the hurting that bothers me.
Alrighty. Well, let me know when you're all ready. And he goes over and starts tending to more of the survivors.
After he is out of earshot,
How far?
I don't know,
At least 500 feet.
25 feet.
25.
Yeah, that's me. I look at Argon and I go, "Can you do the talkie thing?"
It'll take me 10 minutes because I don't have it prepared. I have to ritually cast it.
I got time. I don't know about.
Okay.
So.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Onel can just do that.
I forgot I had that.
oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So, as you are discussing this, Onel, you mentally ping, 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 ping everybody.
And so I start thinking, "Can you guys hear me?"
Yes.
Why are you in my head?
Right. I'm not. I'm just.
I'm
talking.
not.
Believe me, I'm not. So I want to take Hedge for a walk and talk to him.
Okay.
We can remain relatively close, and you can ping us here if you need help, and then we can come running.
Yeah, I guess that's a good safety measure, but
I still have use of my gate, so I can get us there quickly.
I just feel like the person we see is different than the person we believe. And either we're all completely deceived or he doesn't even know that he's under the control he's under.
I agree with you completely. So
Yeah.
I'm all willing. I'm willing to risk it.
All right. Then, excuse me, because I'm going to go initiate this.
May the All Father and the Moonweaver protect you.
Well, kind of thanks. Half thanks.
It is nighttime.
Sure.
We
May the
just helped a
Moonweaver-
bunch of her followers.
You know what? I appreciate the sentiment for what the sentiment is. So,
You know what, Forger? Roll me a D100.
well, I'm not. Fuck.
I'm curious now because he's right. You helped out a fuck ton of her followers.
And we do have a holy symbol for her.
No, that's a different person. Moonweaver is not. Oh, you do have one for the Moonweaver. You're right. You did pick one up.
Under 20.
As usual. Alrighty then.
Phew.
So you walk over to him where he's talking to somebody right now. Yeah, so of course you gotta make sure you always scrub the soles. That's usually where the hottest part of all of the blisters really sit in on you. But you should be right as rain starting probably in a few days or so. Just stay up off your feet and hey Forgerum, how are you?
I'm good. When you're done.
Of course. And he goes back to going through this with them as well. Forgerum, by the way, you now have an inspiration thanks to Wyatt. Wyatt, thank you very much.
Thanks,
Hi,
Wyatt.
Thanks.
Hi, Wyatt.
Greatest archaeologist of all time.
He stands up after helping out 3 people in a row and smiles at you, Forgerum. All right, so what's up?
Can you and I take a little walk, have a talk? Nothing bad. I need to get a little. I need to get some things clear.
Yeah. No worries, man. And he'll walk over and throw his big, beefy hand across your neck and shoulder and be like, oh, yeah, no problem. Just walk with you. Kind of like your uncle does to you. Just
I know. If it didn't feel so much like home, it would make it worse. I head for the gate. And I go, I kind of want to take it away from people, if that's okay.
Sure, man. Yeah, no worries.
So,
and like he'll withdraw his hand and just like walk side by side with you.
as we're passing through the gate, I'm gonna say there's something about you that we have become a little concerned about. You seem like a person that we would love to be in service to and like to know. But I think there's another aspect that we have been encountered and working against and working with that might be affecting you at times. And I just would like to know. And I don't want this to be something that upsets you. I just want to say that we'd like to know if we can help. We'd like to see things that you see, or in the way that you see them, because again, this event that we just took part in is something we'd like to be part of. So, to not talk too many more, as we've exited the thing, to not be so cryptic. We were tasked. We had a companion who had a patron, and she bade him to recreate an evil sword. We didn't know it was evil, but we did it. She did it in the intent of resurrecting her dead husband.
Oh. Well, that's not very good.
No. My worry is that she is in the service to some other patron of greater power. And we sort of suspect if you have a patron, you might be the vessel or the tool that is being lent to that person.
I have a patron. Thank you for asking. And I'm sorry if I've done anything to cause you to be mistrusting of me. I try to be upfront and honest as best
Well,
as I
and
can.
that's where this whole conversation has come from. You are upfront and seemingly trustworthy, but what we
Yeah.
think is this person has tried in many different ways to resurrect this husband, and we sort of suspect that part of the retrieval of that book is yet another attempt.
Retrieval of the book. Is somebody coming after that book?
That's what we suspect, and it's just a hunch, so it's not necessarily the truth.
I mean, if that's the case, then we got to be watching it carefully. Something like that can't fall into the wrong
We know.
hands.
But we're worried that you aren't aware, maybe, of the time when you may be being used.
Are you saying someone's controlling me?
No. I don't know. So all of our cards on the table.
All right. Yep. This is good. This is good.
When we created the sword, we did it at the Dust family forge.
Oh. Yeah, they adopted
Yeah.
me.
They also know or are concerned about you, care about you, and are hurt that you took their tome of where their weaponry was last seen or gone.
Took the tome. What? I didn't take anything. I just left.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm having this conversation, because it went missing when you left. They believe that you stole the whereabouts of all of their legendary weaponry.
Well, that's strange. They need to figure out who took it. But I mean,
Insight.
I left. Yeah, go ahead. I left because I wanted to leave. They wanted me to live a life that they thought was reasonable, but I thought I had something better to do. Something grander.
Look at me. I grew up in Uthadurn, the Brightblade family. We too were craftsmen, forgers. I left to sail on a ship, which is an incredible experience, and made my way to the Menagerie Coast and fell on with these people, and I don't want to leave that. I like this sort of life. It seems to suit me. But one thing that they described was that there was a time where you started to seem different, talk to yourself, talk to something. And
I mean, I'm always talking to myself. Who isn't? The best company you could ever hope for, right?
Sort of true. But
you can't discern deception. Not that you know he's not lying, it's you can't discern any deception right now.
We know that there was do you know what a tuning fork is? I'll just explain it. It tunes you it makes you in tune with a plane of existence and potentially something that may or may not rule in there.
Right, I've used a couple of them before. Yep.
So do you know you had one in your possession?
What? Where? He starts checking his
It was
pockets.
in your room. And more importantly, yep, I know. Feel free to be.
Oh no.
Feel free to be
Right.
as angry as you'd like, but we are here really honestly to protect and serve. And I think that you would become susceptible in some way because the person whom that tuning fork was attuned to has been attempting to torture Onel and threaten to slay him while it's in his possession.
First off, invasion of
Truly.
privacy. Fuck you guys. That's rude as
True.
shit. Second off, if you have a problem with someone, you should always meet them head
Agreed.
on.
That's why I'm here. I've been arguing that point for days.
Right. Thirdly, I don't own any attuning forks.
Well, that's
they're illegal
Mhm.
to own. I've only ever used them on behalf of, well, the Slayer's take in order to execute
totally
missions.
agreed. I get all that. But there is a woman who, and the reason I asked you to leave town was because the woman I want to talk about is named Delilah. Is that the patron?
No.
Good. Delilah has been granted access, and she is the one who is trying to resurrect a dead husband. She had us recreate a sword that was only doable by a bunch of different aspects. She, we think, was trying to get this book, and in all of it, we are as much a pawn as I think you are. And I'm here to present to you that you have there was a tuning fork that we will return if need be, but it was attuned to somewhere very evil.
Well, if you found any type of a tuning fork, you should return it to its proper owner,
I don't,
whoever that is.
well,
Where's all your friends hiding out right now?
I don't know. They're back in town, close enough to get to me if you attack me, they say.
All of you have to be within 1 mile of him to be able to be mentally attached to him. How close did you all wish to be?
About 500 feet.
Yeah, we're not terribly far out of town.
Basically,
No,
gate.
no.
And I'm not
distance.
walking for a mile.
Right.
Gate,
Right.
For gate, you have to have vision.
So
It's
we're
500 feet. I can see up to 500 feet.
Right, but line of
Yeah.
sight is a stipulation for
Yeah.
vision.
So I've probably fucked that part up. I've probably wandered us farther than maybe I'm supposed to, because I'm just talking and walking. I don't pay. It's Forderman. I don't pay that much attention.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wouldn't want to be more than 100 feet or so because it'd just take too long to get there. And if we're in the city, if we're outside of the city, we could be just near one of the gates if he's wandering around outside.
Sure.
We try to maintain vision.
Then I would like a stealth check from those of you that are staying within that 100-foot radius.
That's probably only now.
Corvus. Oh no disadvantage anymore. How about you, Argan?
Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, I had tended to stay back with Sinclair, but if Sinclair went forward, I don't really have a choice. I will stay farther back than everybody else, but probably not much more than 50 feet.
So 150
Yeah.
feet away, give or take. All right, so groups average. Everybody say thank you.
Thank you, now.
Let me get my calculator up. So that's 26 plus 11 plus 13 plus 13 divided by 4. So your group average comes out to 16.
Yeah, that's not bad.
He's a cleric.
All of you can come out here. Come on. Third tree from the left. Walk on out.
I just step out from behind the tree.
And I get out.
Fordham just shakes his
Yeah,
head
no.
like,
O'Neill by himself can beat Hedge's passive. Everybody else, just
You
Alright,
took him into
alright.
the woods.
hey, you know, I knew the job was dangerous when I took it.
So all of you think that I'm some spy.
No,
No.
not a
No.
spy at
No,
all.
not spy. Agent for a blonde woman.
No, you're not an agent either. I think you're a pawn. I
Pawn.
don't think you have control over those things. Do you remember when you left whether you took the Dust Family Journal or information or not? Because part of that information, I've logicked it to thinking you took it because you'd like better weaponry for the mercenary group. And in that logic, I actually understand it. I don't know that I wouldn't have done the same.
It's family.
Well, we can also ask, how well do you sleep?
I don't sleep anymore. It's not needed. See, he reaches into his chest pocket and withdraws a large tome.
Is there any?
Ever since I found this thing, I didn't have to worry about sleeping.
Is there any
anymore.
markings on the outside that I can discern?
Roll me a nature check, Sinclair.
Oh.
O'Neill as well.
Because Eyes of the Runekeeper is why I'm wondering.
Sinclair, no markings that you can discern across it, and you don't know what the leather is made out of. O'Neill, that leather binding, that's humanoid. Like people.
You know that skin is made of, that book is made of people, right?
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you go when your
Not that
face
big.
glazes over?
You really do watch me a lot, don't you?
The nature of my business requires caution.
All right. Well, suppose the jig is up then. Smiles at all of you. I give you two options. Option one, we stay out here. And I have to worry about Lady Vexalia. But I also destroy half that fucking city where it is. In an instant. Option two, he lifts the book upwards and you watch as a doorway opens behind him. We do this far away from the lady.
Pineapple.
And his expression has completely shifted from the kind, docile eyes that you all have, well, come to enjoy, to bloodthirsty and dark.
So I take it you do work for Iblis.
These are your two options.
I'm gonna head towards the portal.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Corvus, what'd you say?
Yep. I said yep.
All right. He'll let you walk right past him.
After you.
I'm not turning my back to that one. Points at O'Neill.
I think he's already gone through the portal.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
hear him.
Still smart move.
Then he will rotate with O'Neill's passing. And the book continues to linger right there, right beside him as he walks into the doorway. Turning back over his shoulder, just snarling towards you, Fordrum. You see a completely glazed over expression in his eyes before he disappears past that archway.
How quickly can you put that circle up when we get through?
I don't know yet.
Let Forger make his declaration.
Well, I follow.
Alrighty. And with all of you stepping into this magical land, when we come back next week, you all have to fight Hedge on his home turf.
God damn it. Players,
Thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you all very much for watching. Hope you all had a fantastic time. And we'll see you next week. Also, Wyatt, at the very end, gave Sinclair an inspiration. Keep in
Ooh.
mind, these inspirations do not expire. They grant you a reroll or advantage when you want to, okay? But thank you very much for that, Wyatt. And we'll see everybody next time.
Thank you,
Goodbye.
Riot.